に着いたぜ。
おお、久しぶりじゃな。もちろんだ。話してみろ。ほう、そんなことが聞きたいとはな。まあいい。知りたいならもう少し詳しく話してやろう。かつて稲妻に名を馳せた雷電五家伝。それはこの5つじゃった。雨の間、仏、一心、百目、千手。この5つの鍛造技術はもともと将軍様から直々に賜ったものじゃ。それは多くの優秀な職人たちによってより優れたものへと磨き上げられた。しかしその後、これら刀鍛冶の家系は次第に没落していった。現在も受け継がれているのは我々雨の間ただ一つのみじゃ。じゃが幸いにも近頃楓原和葉が稲妻に戻り一神殿の技術を受け継いだ。これにより五家伝もまだ2つは残っているということになる。わしの記憶が正しければ彼が刀を打った時お前もその場におったはずじゃが。
そう言われたらオイラも思い出したぜ。確かにそんなことあったな。あの時は雷電五家伝が没落したことを聞いてすごく悲しかった記憶があるぞ。
それがまた悲しい話なんだ。本来はわしなんぞが知る由もないことじゃが、それぞれの家系が衰退する話を長年聞いてきて理由さえ知らぬのはどうかと思ってな。気になって楓原和葉に聞いたのだ。彼は同じ雷電五家伝の末裔としてわしには知る権利があると言った。まあお前に伝えても構わんじゃろう。ただ聞いて嬉しくなるような話でもないがな。雷電五家伝は去る刀工の末裔に報復されたんじゃ。その者は狂ったように殺しを行ったとされている。
報復？どうしてだ？
伝説によると400年以上も前、タタラ砂の炉心で事故が起こったらしい。現場にいたとある刀工が他の者を助けるため危険を顧みず炉心の中へ飛び込んでいったと。タタラ砂の鍛造精錬技術は優秀なものじゃった。当時タタラ砂を管理していた造兵士の神は庭という名字のもので楓原と隕石の関係にあった。造兵士の神の庭様もその刀工と一緒に炉の中へと飛び込んだそうな。後に炉心は安定したようじゃが、その時には2人はもう刀工の一族は没落し、その者の息子は誰も面倒を見てくれぬ孤児となって毎日を憎しみの中で生きるようになった。彼はこのことを稲妻全体のせいにした。父の死について無関心な将軍様を恨み、父を救ってくれなかった全てのものを憎んだんじゃ。じゃが無力な彼はその恨みを子孫に継がせることしかできなかった。こうしてその一族は代々恨みを背負い苦しみの中を生きた。物語はここで終わらない。100年前、一族の当時の当主は現状にひどく不満を感じておった。じゃがそれを好転させる力もなかった。やがて彼は怒りを晴らすために 極めて過激な決断をした。雷電五家伝に復讐し、稲妻の鍛造事業の根幹を揺るがそうとしたのだ。その者は百目一族の出でありながら、自らの一族の職人まで殺めてしまった。100年ほど前、全ての攻撃を主導したのが彼じゃった。じゃが楓原家と上里家の末裔や刀工と対峙した折、そばに居合わせた者がおったことで、彼は猛烈な反撃に遭い、その場で死したとされておる。そのおかげで楓原が代表する一神竜も壊滅を免れた。不幸中の幸いと言えるじゃろう。
まだ他に聞いておきたいことはあるか？
楓原和葉か。ちょうど昨日ここに来ておったぞ。世間話などして茶を飲んだ。様子を見るに元気そうじゃったな。気にするな。
その表情だとまた他の場所に行くんだよな。いひひ。オイラって結構顔色を見るのがうまいだろ。じゃあ次の場所に出発だ。オイラはどこまでもお前の後についていくぜ。
はい、わかりました。全身
着いたぞ、しゃぶ業夫だ。それで
旅人、久しぶりだな。もし奉行様とお嬢様を探してるのなら、あいにく今は府中にいないんだ。
公務に行ってるのか？
ああ、奉行様は公務に行っている。お嬢様の方は奉行様の名代で会議に出席しているんだ。休養があるならここで少し休んで待つといい。
どうするんだ？中に入るか？
他の人だったら当然ダメだが、君は奉行様やお嬢様とも親しい仲にあるからな。問題はない。
ありがとな。じゃあ中に入るぜ。
おや、そのように私を見てどうしたんです？何か聞きたいことでも？いいですよ。お嬢様から聞いたことがあるので、あなたがあの旅人さんであることは知っていますよ。何を聞きたいのですか？あなたのおかげでお二人とも元気ですよ。お嬢様は近頃さまざまな会議に出席しています。時には奉行様を手伝って民間の組合にも顔を出していらっしゃるんですよ。奉行様の方はというと、あなたもご存知の通り相変わらずとても忙しくなさっております。ただ最近はご気分が良さそうでしたね。
聞いた感じ、普段と変わらないってことか？
ええ。
どうだ？他に聞きたいことはあるか？
どういたしまして。あなたがとても忙しいと伺っていなければ、奉行府によく来るようお誘いしていたところですよ。実のところ、お嬢様からよくあなたのことを伺うんですよ。あなたのようなお友達ができたことをとても嬉しく思っていらっしゃるようです。それにあなたがあらゆる面で素晴らしく尊敬できる方であるともおっしゃっていました。 私もあなたが稲妻に来られてからさまざまなことが良い方向へと向かっているような気がします。もしかしたら貴人や縁あるお方というのはあなたのような方のことなのかもしれませんね。どれも心の底から思っていることですよ。普段奉行様がお食事をなさる時はいつもトーマ様がおそばに付き添っていらっしゃるんです。その横でお二方のたわいのない話を聞くことが私が最も安らぎを感じるひとときなんですよ。公務によってはやむなく外でお食事をされる時もあります。ただ奉行様は機会があれば府内へお戻りになられてお食事をされる方が好きなんです。奉行様が言うにはトーマ様の料理の腕はおよその料理人よりも秀でているとのことです。奉行様はいつも家を思ってくださっているのですよ。ご存じないかもしれませんが、お二方はあなたのこともお話しされます。まるでとても長い付き合いで何でも話せるご友人についてのことのように語られるんですよ。お嬢様もたまにご一緒されることがあります。近頃何度かあった一家団らんのひとときにはいつも趣のある人や見聞についての話がありました。その中にはやはりどれもあなたがいたのです。先代奉行様と奥様が亡くなられてから上里家もこれだけの年月を歩んできたのですね。ばあやの私は奉行様とお嬢様の成長を見守ってきました。彼らの身分であなたのような趣のあって頼りになるご友人ができるなんて本当に良いことです。もしお時間がありましたらいつでも奉行府へ遊びに来てください。ぶしつけですがばあやからのお願いだとでも思ってくださいな。それは良かったです。ありがとうございます。
ひひ、おいらここに来るのが好きだぜ。それにおばあさんも言ってたけどしゃぶ行府の料理ってすごいんだってな。おいらも食べたくなってきたぜ。今度ご飯を食べにじゃなくて遊びに来ようぜ。ご飯の時間の時にな。
もちろんいいですとも。歓迎いたしますよ。
じゃあおいらたちはこの辺で失礼するぜ。でもわかったぜ。じゃあなおばあさん、見送りはしなくてもいいからな。
ええ、わかりました。また今度お会いしましょう。
二人とももう行くのか？
用事が済んだからな。心配しなくていいぞ。
そうか。君たちの旅が順調であるよう祈るよ。さようなら。
着いたな。でもここに来たのって何か物を探すためか？それとも人探し？
おや、旅人にパイモン？
グザビエ？どうしてここにいるんだ？
この近くで用事があってね。それに二人こそどうしてここへ？
聞きたいことがあるんだ。
もちろん。俺はここ一帯の路線を研究したことがある。何が聞きたいんだ？遠慮せず聞いてくれ。当然さ。俺はこの近くを数えきれないほど歩いてきたからな。それに他の場所でも かつてタタラスナに住んでいた人の子孫に会ったことがある。彼らの口から語られるのはどれも全て真実の歴史さ。急にそう言われてもな。二言三言で説明しきれるもんじゃないんだぞ。知ってるだろ、タタラスナは歴史深い場所なんだ。俺の知る限り、タタラスナは鍛造精錬業の中心地区の一つとして数千年にも及ぶ歴史を持ってるんだ。ただ炉心には2回ほど問題が発生していてな。
2回？どの2回だ？
ここ数年の1回、何百年か前にもう1回だ。そういえば稲妻の人に聞いたんだが、タタラスナでは以前にもフォンテーヌの職人が来たことがあるらしいな。どうやらこの2国の技術交流も歴史が深いものなのかもな。聞けばそのフォンテーヌの職人というのも当時のタタラスナの重要な客人だったようだ。
なあ、タタラスナに来て聞きたかったこと、グザビエに聞いてみたらどうだ？
おお、2人は歴史を研究しているんだな。
そうなんだよ。こいつ今日はどうしたのか知らないけど、ずーっと歴史について聞き回ってるんだ。
急に歴史について興味を持ち始めたのか？いいぞ、話してみろ。歌舞伎もの。聞いたことはないな。その言葉が稲妻では一般的に得意な行動をとるとかユニークな服装をする人とかを指すのは知っている。俺もこの言葉にふさわしい人に会ってみたいとは思っていたが、残念ながらそのような人に会ったことはないし、タタラスナに関係のある話でそのような噂を聞いたこともない。なーに、どうってことないさ。
もう行くのか？それじゃあな、グザビエ。
おお、気にするな。役に立ててよかったよ。じゃあな。
どうやら知りたかったことは聞けたみたいだな。おう。でもお前、今日は本当にどうしたんだ？なんか悩んでるみたいだけど。元気出せよな。何があってもオイラがそばにいるぜ。元気出せよ。どうしてもダメなら何か食べればいいんだ。お腹が減ったら戦はできないぞ。じゃあナヒーダに会いに行こうぜ。
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are! If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time, obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh? Oh, of course.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Amanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do. Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma. The Balladeer? Sounds like some kind of code name.
look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me? Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because... well, because he literally changed the world?
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The Traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul, and it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that. Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right? Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense, every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the Balladeer?
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabuki Mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us, the now erased life of the Balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin. The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up! How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it! Come on, Traveler! You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar! That'll be sure to lift our spirits! It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up. What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what? All right, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat. What is it? Have you figured it all out? Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsetius, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Welcome. Get your spices here. We've got all kinds.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetius? Isn't that a bit too cruel? Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back. Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
Ha! He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important. Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Then let's return to the city.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't... No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You say that you are trekking across to Vat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation. If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear. But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.